capture.
Hinterm Turm ist er.
Ja, da ist jemand. Das Problem ist, mein Intel ist gerade verschwunden. Hey Jutzi! Thanks für Gun. Ich hab die schon. Nicht mich erschießen. Nein. Grüße, Grüße. Ich hoffe, es ist ein Quad.
Defend the control point. Point capture. Point capture. Defend the control point. Position lost. Defend the control point. Defend the control point.
Linus Tech Tips at CES 2019 is brought to you by D-Brand. Check out their great sampling technology. They're only rendering it at the same 5K, so 2560 by 1440 per eye that they are on their 5K one, but they've got a 3840 by 2160 display per eye. The issue is that upsampling, whether it's that or whether it's the panel, I'm not sure, introduces some artifacts, and that one only runs at 80 hertz versus 90 hertz, which frankly I think is exactly the wrong direction for VR to be going. For me, I need to see 100 hertz, 120 hertz, 160 hertz before we start worrying. movement speed, but I have to confess that I also had a bit of a similar experience where I felt like I was just kind of losing control, and I did get a bit nauseated. With that said, Ed from our team tried it and actually got the hang of it quite quickly and said that he quite liked it. The big obstacle there, though, is probably going to be the price. So they're planning to introduce this at a retail price of around $400 US. I don't know what the early access price will be, presumably lower. TBD, okay, it'll be about $300. But while I understand the costs associated with running a company and with the wireless technology they're using, Bluetooth simply didn't have the resilience to interference. Let's get this up. This is my VR setup, and it's remained largely unchanged since the launch of the original HTC Vive back in 2016. My controllers and all my charging cables, my headset all kind of go in here. I mean, yeah, I guess I upgraded to the single tether rather than the triple one, and I did finally do some cable management for my lighthouses actually a couple months back, but that's it. Because honestly, there hasn't been anything that I would have considered to be enough of an upgrade to actually invest more money in it. Until today. So Valve finally launched their Index VR headset, and while it's not available in Canada yet, I pulled some strings and managed to get my hands on one. So time to take it for a test drive and see if it's worth $1,000.
Hello. It's everything good.
Position lost. Point capture. Position lost.
What's up? Are you gonna go in the game? Are you an arcader? I guess he's gone. Okay.
Defend the control point. point.
When Spy tried to snipe like a pro, he died. Too much shot.
Defend the control point. Defend the control point. Position lost. Defend the control point.
Oh, Craig, that was a fast kill.
Go. Psycho, get him.
Point capture. Defend the control point. Defend the control point. Defend the control point. Position lost. Point capture. Defend the control point. Position lost. Defend the control point. 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 Defend the control
Hey.
point.
How many times I kill you today?
Haha.
Haha.
Defend the control point. 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 Position lost.
Hey, Wes.
Hello, Razor. I thought you were friendly
Oh, fuck.
for quite some time.
Come on, we need to be able to. I'm spawning now. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't expect we were going to take them all. I'll stay on your team next time, Razor.
No.
$1,000 US. Speaking of worth it, the Marlin screwdriver set from iFixit features 5 specialty precision screws. For my purposes, has been the best VR headset still. I didn't find the Vive Pro to be a particularly compelling upgrade, especially at its price, and the Oculus Touch controllers with their index finger presence didn't really add enough to any of my game experiences to find them worthwhile, especially in light of the fact that to get a large play area like I have, I would need to add extra camera sensors and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and do the definitely fresh, first time ever unboxing experience. So the first thing that's new in here is, of course, the Steam VR Base Station 2.0. So these use their new tracking method that allows a 10 by 10 meter play area versus a 5 by 5 meter play area. Not that I have room for that necessarily, and should theoretically be more reliable and quieter because they only have 1 spinning motor versus 2 spinning like laser arrays that help track within the room. So physically, compared to the old lighthouses, the most notable things are the wider field of view, the smaller size, and of course, the lack of any type of support for a synchronization cable right here. But with that said, unless you need to take advantage of the wider play space or you want to be able to use more than just a couple of lighthouses for like warehouse scale VR, there's actually no compelling reason as far as I've found yet to upgrade from these to these, unless, like me, you're looking to flip your old Vive as a complete kit and upgrade entirely to the new Steam VR 2.0 compatible gear with your Index headset. One really nice thing about the new lighthouses is that they're actually a drop-in replacement. So you can use everything from your existing mounts to your existing cables to get it running. With that said, I'm probably gonna have to replace this power adapter eventually because as part of the process of selling my old Vive, they're actually gonna need this power brick because it's rated for about 3 times the power output of the new one that comes with the Index. All right, now, let's talk about the new headset because arguably this is where the biggest upgrade that most people will care about is happening. The Valve Index is equipped with a number of things that are a significant upgrade over the original Vive. In here is the vast majority of the tech that compelled me to upgrade. So some of the stuff I don't care about quite so much. So it's got these near field flat panel speakers that are kind of, you can see they're adjustable this way and they can go up and down. So these are meant to sit kind of near your ears. You can tell they're at a bit of an angle, so they fire directly into your ear canal. They've got interpupillary distance adjustments right here. This is a cool one. So this knob on the back actually lets you adjust how close or how far the lenses sit from your eyes. We'll play around with that a little bit later. And right here at the front, you've got a couple of cameras this time around. It's going to come down to game developers, how this ends up getting used. And then behind the front, here, maybe we can do this peel. Whoop! There we go. Okay, behind the front panel here, we've got an expansion bay that has a USB 3 port. So this could be used for any number of things. I don't know, a smell accessory, maybe like a hand presence module from someone like Magic Leap, for example. The biggest thing for me, though, is right here. So we've got two 1600 by 1440 LCD displays that perhaps
Defend the control point! Defend the control point!
Don't blow in. Einen Top und...
Position lost. Defend the control point!
Point capture. Point capture. Point capture.
Yeah, and fly with the heli directly to Echo. Wait here for the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm going to help Spooky next time then. Trying to get these things balanced.
Kill someone.
even more importantly than their increase in resolution, run at 120 hertz versus 90 hertz on the original Vive, and Valve is even offering an experimental 144 hertz mode. So I am expecting that to decrease motion sickness for my wife, and then I am also expecting it to improve the overall smoothness and realism of the virtual experience. Now, one other thing that I was sort of on the fence about was, of course, I mentioned it's an LCD display rather than an OLED display, but Valve is pitching this as a benefit. So they seem to think the black levels are still good enough, and you get reduced screen door effect because instead of using a pentile matrix, you've got full RGB subpixels for each pixel. Let's see how that works out. Oh yeah, right, there's one other big thing. The lenses. You can tell just looking at them, the manufacture of the lenses is much more complex, and we've got much finer concentric circles going around them. I'm hoping this will result in less distortion in spite of the Index's significantly wider field of view than the original Vive. Now, Valve isn't actually quoting a specific field of view on this headset, and it seems to be because when you adjust it, with the knob right here, it actually changes, but they are saying it's quite a bit wider than the original Vive. A couple of other nice things comfort-wise is that if you don't manage to dial it in, Valve actually provided 3D models, so you could theoretically go ahead and print your own magnetic face shield here, also for smaller heads, or for people who just want like a big cushy memory foam thing at the back of their head. You can go ahead and pop this in. My 5-year-old daughter was not able to play until I put this in, and then she was actually able to mostly sort of fit the headset on. At least enough to play a little bit of Fruit Ninja. Now let's talk about the connections. Unlike the original Vive, there's no
Oh, nice big map. Big snipper map.
Point capture. Point capture. Point capture.
control point.